I'm Francis Rose, the host of the Daily Scoop podcast from the Scoop News Group. And today I'm with Courtney Winship, the Deputy Chief Data Officer at Citizenship and Immigration Services. Courtney, welcome. Thanks for joining me today. What is your agency's vision for leveraging the data that's coming from intelligent applications and infrastructure? And how are you using that data to become a more data-driven organization? Welcome.
Well, first, thanks for having me, Francis. It's good to be here today. Our vision for the agency is really to create an environment in which every decision is made with data, and that each person at every level of the agency is armed with that information to help them make those decisions. So for us, it's kind of a very traditional in some ways: people, processes, tools, technologies. Those kind of three parts of a stool really make up our vision, right? And so it's how do we get our workforce highly skilled and trained on data? How do we make that data accessible and easy to understand? And how do we consolidate all of our tools into some kind of common infrastructure so people can get access again to that data and even self-serve it and make it available in real time?
A lot of agencies are thinking and talking about data at the edge, and CIS is at the literal edge of the United States. Also talking about computing at the edge. How are you managing and securing and analyzing data that's coming from the edge of your agency's operation, Courtney?
Well, I think we're doing a number of things to manage and secure our data, whether it's working very closely with our security team, which is amazing, but really just working through, we are really a data-driven agency. We own most immigration data, so we have a lot to understand. So we really do need to take time and have taken the last several years to kind of get our arms around all the data that we have and figure out how do we manage that. And that has really strengthened our efforts around data governance, data standards, and data quality as kind of the three prongs of our data management program. So that's been huge for us. And in terms of analyzing that data, I think our focus has really been around business intelligence and also some of our advanced analytics programs. So using some basic tools to really make the data accessible, make it have some visualization so that our leaders can best understand that information, and then using some more advanced technologies, whether it's robotics process automation, which we've had a lot of success with recently, or other more advanced relational networking tools and things like that. So those are all things that we are using and building now and really driving towards the future. And I think this next fiscal year, we'll see a lot more in that automation and optimization part of our program.
Where are you, Courtney, in your cloud journey, and how are you changing investment priorities around different types of cloud environments because of how you're seeing these workloads changing and how you're seeing the tools that you just talked about changing?
Yeah, I largely we're kind of in a hybrid environment, but I think what's really been important for us is looking at our overall investment strategy as a whole. So really, and our governance and how we govern all that we're doing, right? So we've taken a step back over the last couple of years and looked at our strategies so that they're enterprise wide and so that they're domain driven. And so that's they kind of go, hopefully they go hand in hand, but that's really driving our priorities, whether it comes to security, general investments, and holding people accountable, or our programs accountable and accountability. And so that has allowed us, I think, to really start to think about how we are a results-driven, data-driven agency, and looking at things like putting metrics in place for all that we do, not just the cloud environments, but as I said, security and meeting the needs of both our employees as well as the public or the citizen services, so that we can be productive and accountable.
What new plans are you working on or thinking about to support remote workers and to improve citizen services as a result of what you've learned over the last 18 months because of the pandemic, Courtney?
Yeah, well, again, I will give a big shout out to our Office of Information Technology and all that they've done to really allow for remote work to be and telework to be a possibility throughout the pandemic. We have been able to allow many of our employees to be at home this entire time with little few kind of network performance issues. So, we've been very, very successful there. And we found ways in which to think more creatively about some of the day-to-day activities, such as interviews that are required for a lot of immigration or some immigration benefits. So it used to be that required everyone to be face-to-face in an office in one of our field offices, and your attorneys had to be there and everybody had to be present. Now we're doing more office to office or interviews and making it possible for people to do other work from home. And we're growing those types of efforts as well. So I think you'll see more and more of that. The agency has really also embraced the remote work environment. So I think you'll see more strides towards to keeping our staff, whether it's home or just based all around the country, and the workloads kind of managed and divided up that way. So I think we'll continue to see us maintain those types of work environments moving forward.
Courtney Winship of USCIS, thanks very much. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.